My name is Jess. You're listening to Ska Talk with Ska Magazine. My co-hosts for tonight are Punk Rock Ryan, and I'm still going to call you Bo.
Yes, you will.
The
My
other
name is
Eric
Eric.
that we now call Bo.
Yep.
Hey guys, how
Say,
are you?
how you
What's
doing?
up, everybody?
Before
I feel
we
like it's been a
introduce our
minute since
guest,
I've been on here.
yeah, it's been a while. That's why I was like,
Yeah, like
before we introduce our guests, do we want to do a little really, really short host chat or any red shows going on lately or red shows coming up for you?
I got to host the Boy Detective
I
and
saw that.
Saban and the Write Ups and Badmouth and
And alcohol.
yeah, that was an alcohol and with special guest alcohol, which was awesome. They killed it. Everybody loved them.
That
I
sign was
think
so
they will be
funny.
seeing them again in the near future on the agenda for most attendees. Um, But no, I mean, it's just being able to host, a community event and put together that type of thing for everybody in the area. It's pretty awesome to be able to have my friends be the pop or cherry and be our first to perform there in this venture that we're doing. It's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
that's really cool.
Then aside from that, I've been fighting fascism and mutual aid, all that good stuff.
Important
Oh,
shit.
yeah. All right. Well, you caught me at the right time. This is like Ska Week in the Bay Area.
Oh,
It's got a couple of weeks. So tomorrow night, I'm seeing Save Ferris with the Hellas and the Hellflowers opening in San Jose. Then I actually have to pull out my calendar for this one. Sunday night, the Slackers with the Insiders at the Great American Music Hall up in San
oh,
Francisco. Then on Tuesday, Cat Bite's coming through and see them
ooh,
at the bottom of the hill. And followed by Thursday, also at the bottom of the hill, uh, album release party for Sad Snack, also
oh,
playing
nice.
Mata Mosca and Omnigon. It's going to be a
Wow. You have a
wild,
great week.
yes.
I got to meet Sad Snack this summer when they played at Stoopfest in Lansing. Um, they showed up to the after party the night before after Grey Matter closed things out, and there's some super awesome dudes, and I got to see their set the next day, and it was good stuff. I was a fan. I'm excited to hear what they've got on that new record that they're releasing.
Absolutely. I believe it comes out this Friday, so by the
Yeah,
time this podcast comes out, you all of you out there should have already gone to Bandcamp, or if you haven't had your
Friday.
pre-orders in already, definitely check out the Sad Snack from San Francisco.
I got to see them about a month ago at a skate park here. It was fun. Great band. But this weekend, I have a big show this weekend too. I'm going to the home of This Is Not Croydon Fest, Broken Goblet, to see Mustard Plug with the Planet Smashers, Title Holder, and Joker's Republic. And
Man,
before that, the guys from Droogs Don't Run are going to be spinning up some music for a pregame. So I'm really excited for that night.
I heard alcohol is going to be there too.
Oh, I heard there's going to be a lot of that there since.
Holy shit, man! Alcohol is everywhere. Goddamn.
How about you? Is any cool shows coming up, playing or attending?
We're playing with Save Ferris on the Happy Holidays tour
Oh,
on Friday. I have a band called For the Record where we got we got asked last week, which I
wow.
think like the fr Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and I had to be like, typical ska band things. There's six of us, so I had to like get on the Discord and be like, SOS, what's everyone doing next Friday?
And you made it work.
I did. Yeah, but other than that, like that's like our last show of the year. Um, I don't have any plans to see. The thing about so I'm from Fresno out here in California, and that the thing that sucks is that like not a lot of bands roll through here. I think Mustard Plug's supposed to be here in February or something. I'm not 100% sure. I don't super remember, but I feel like I saw their name on a poster somewhere.
They are heading
Um,
out west with, I think, the Iron Roses and I forget who else.
Yeah, mid-January in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So get your SOS back ready
I
on the
honestly,
Discord.
Yeah, so Colin will be playing for both bands. And I've gotten to see him do that once last year. That was fun.
Sounds like that's going to be an amazing weekend.
So I guess we
And
can introduce our guest now.
yeah, I mean, for our listeners out there, yeah, we think our guest introduced himself. We got Asa from the Fresno, California band For the Record, which is in the what we call the Central Valley of California, which is a little bit away from both LA and San Francisco.
Oh, we're right in the armpit of California.
And you are arriving to us fresh off of a radio spot. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what you got engaged in there.
Oh, so I really like sports. Like I'm really into like football, like the big four basically in the States, like football, baseball, hockey, college football,
Basketball.
yada yada. But my buddy has he runs a radio show out of at the ESPN affiliate here, AM 1430 KFIG. If anyone wants to listen into that. But on Tuesdays, I have a like a standing guest spot from like 5 to 6. So I we close up at like 5:55, and that's like when we toss it to like the national airwaves. And usually like I hang his name's Phil. Me and Phil will like shoot the shit for a couple minutes, and then like I'll go home. And then today I was like, I have somewhere to be. Gotta go. Love you. Bye. But yeah, it's fun.
And
I've been doing that for going on a year now, I think. So it's fun.
yeah,
I like it.
is it covering like all the national sports or college sports?
Mostly local stuff. They're the LA Rams, the San Francisco Giants, the San Jose Sharks, the well, now the Sacramento A's, all the local stuff like Fresno State University, like their football team, well, all their university sports, and then all the local high school stuff. But I don't really touch the high school stuff because that's just not my bag. Um, but yeah, I mean, any of that stuff, like that's all. Like I'm a Sharks fan, so like talking about hockey is really easy for me. I don't know if you guys can see my Jag stuff behind me, but I'm a Jaguars fan, so that doesn't really ever come up because Florida. But yeah, I mean, I just like talking sports in general. So I get to
What's
go
the
on,
team
so
that
it's fun.
you will not miss their game every week, week in, week out? You're gonna see it no matter what.
Like which team? Oh, 100. If the cool thing is that like I get all the Sharks games like here locally because San Jose and Fresno's close enough. Jags games, thank God, my girlfriend Stephanie, if you're on the social medias, I call her Merch Girl Steph. She bought Sunday ticket. Um, so I get to watch all the out of market Jags games, and like she'll have like we get to do the split screen because it's YouTube TV, so she'll have like Red Zone on one and then the Jags game on the other. Because she's a Raider fan and like they're kind of trash right now, so she's like, I don't really want to watch sports. Like it's fine, you can do your thing. I'll watch Red Zone. So we get to do the split screen thing, and it's a really good system. We like it.
All
So
right.
was that the Sharks or was that the Jaguars?
That was the Jags. I catch all the Sharks games like super easy. Like yesterday they played the Mammoth and I got to watch the whole thing with no issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you're no stranger to media, but even though your band has been around for quite a few years, how long has your band been around?
We celebrate we say our first birthday was like August 28th, 2011. That was the day we had like our first show. So going on we turned 14 this year, which is stupid.
Wow,
We've been around for a minute.
there's a big anniversary coming around next year.
I know.
Yeah.
Uh, have you or your band been on any podcasts or ska podcasts?
Let's see. Oh man, what was the Gary Mastriano from Backyard Superheroes? He has his own I think it's Checkered Past Scott, like the Scott podcast. I think it's man, I can't remember what it's called now. We've been on that
He
one.
was on the Upbeat a while back.
That's what it was. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, I think they closed up. I think they ended somewhat recently. Right?
No, they're still going on, but he
Are
wasn't
they
on
still
it
going?
anymore.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah, he wasn't on it anymore. He was actually doing like a real big fish podcast.
Yeah.
I forget what
Yeah,
that's
I was on
called.
that one too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Gary is awesome. I love him.
Oh, dude, he's such a good dude.
I'm from Philly. He's from Jersey, so I see Backyard Superheroes a lot.
Oh,
And
I bet.
yeah, they're all great people.
In defense of Ska, just called it quits recently.
That's
Maybe
what it was. Yeah.
Yes, that's what you're thinking.
yeah.
Although I think they're still posting interviews like every week or something.
I think so. Yeah. It's like, did you guys really go away?
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
don't think they
I'm
do.
really glad they're still doing stuff. Those guys are rad.
Yeah, I don't know. But so you've been on a podcast before. I would say that we are, I don't want to say different from this podcast, but we are kind of, Eric's not here tonight, the other Eric, and he is our, I'm going to take you off the rails and all over the place. And that's where we usually have the most fun.
Yeah,
So we'll see what we can do without him.
Eric is like Jess's comic foil.
Yeah, we kind of like go at it all night. So that's kind of like our appeal.
Oh, I love it.
But
Touch of ADD.
we got to rotate every now and then. So
Yeah, and I just wanted to say I'm one of the newest ones that just brought on board, and she was very happy to bring in a West Coast presence,
I
and
was.
it was because of that that Asa, you find yourself sitting here.
Very serendipitous. I love it.
Yeah, so definitely thank you for coming on and joining us.
Yeah, of
And
course. Thanks for having me.
yeah, and it was kind of wild. I was having a hard time recounting to Jess how I actually found you. I think it actually started with a picture, picture or a reel that I saw on Instagram. Is very colorful, had good times in the background. I think that was a show that you did in August.
Oh, yeah, that was we have a like a local watering hole around here called Barrel House. It's like a I don't want to call it a franchise, that's not the right word, but they're like a brewing company based out of a place called San Luis Obispo. You know, well, Eric knows San Luis Obispo. Um, and they opened a couple tap rooms and we the cool I don't know how many other ska bands do this or just band like original bands in general. We cover enough material that we can do like house band type stuff. So we were in the middle of like a 3 hour show, like at that show. So we get to do cool stuff like that where we get to play like these tap rooms and like local bars and stuff that just want like entertainment for the evening, as opposed to, and I'm not saying that like this is a bad thing or anything, but like as opposed to like your more traditional, like again, not this is not a bad thing, garage band that plays like oh like originals where it's like, they have like half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour worth of music and they play like local venues and stuff. But yeah, at the that photo you saw, that was from a place called Barrel House. Really nice place, really cool people. It's actually run by music. The people that work at that tap room are actually like musicians and stuff. And so when you're working band, um, and you get to play a venue like a non-traditional venue that's run by musicians, like everything just runs a lot smoother. Like I'll admit, my blind spot when it comes to like live music is running sound. That's just something that I've never been great at. So being able to be like, go up to the bartender and be like, "Hey man, can you like help me with the mixer? Like I'm kind of having issues with it," and like someone can actually help you is actually like really nice. So yeah, love playing that. I'm glad that found you.
Yeah, thank goodness for the algorithm. And beyond that, it was just
yeah.
the good old ska rabbit hole where went into looking through your catalog, and I was very impressed. And again, thanks for joining us this evening.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. I'm glad we can make it work.
So I'm kind of curious if you guys got 3 hours worth of material. Obviously, you've been playing music for more than a minute.
Yeah.
Like what got you started? What got you influenced in wanting to play music?
So I started playing guitar when I was 15. I think my dad got me a guitar for my 15th birthday. I started playing doing like the easy stuff like your smoke on the water type stuff, yada yada. Um and then like I quit cuz like I wasn't really good at it and I kind of wasn't like getting it. Um and then I'm gonna get I'm gonna get all sob story on you guys. So my dad actually passed away like later that year, like December of 2006. So I got real sad boy about it. Go figure. and I kind of needed, I didn't really have much of anything in the way of an outlet outside of like video games or something. And so I was like, well, this is like one of the last things he did before, like, he passed away, was got me this guitar. Maybe I should learn how to play it. And then I was kind of off to the races and I never really like stopped. So I I mean, like, go figure, at the time it was 2006. I was really into like All That Remains and like Under Oath and Avenged Sevenfold and all of those bands and whatever. Because angry 15, 16 year old. And then I found out that music's really, really hard to play, and I wasn't good at it. So I met my buddy Sean Draper, who actually started playing. We were all in high school. Go figure. My buddy Sean Draper, who's my best friend, actually he got like a really, really nice bass for Christmas or something, and so he always played piano and was really good at music and was getting into like jazz and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, have you ever heard of ska?" And I didn't know what that was. Um, and he's like, "Oh, like here's some bands." And because he had a friend named this guy named Patrick Therian, he was really into Streetlight, and so that's how my buddy Sean, introduced me to Streetlight Manifesto. And I was like, "Oh, this is really cool," and it's like kind of chaotic. That's really fun. Coincidentally, at the same time, I was in a drama class with this kid named Tim Mallison. Tim was really, really into Real Big Fish, and he's the one that got me into Real Big Fish and kind of taught me actually like what third wave ska was and how it was familiar to me. Because he handed me Greatest Hit and More, the Real Big Fish compilation out, the Greatest Hits album. And I heard Sellout and was like, "Oh, I know this song like from my childhood." And then I kind of started putting the pieces together, because when I was growing up, when I was like 8, my cousin Kevin showed me the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, and of course I had Goldfinger Superman on it, and that was my shit for like a minute. And I'd go on this like the third grade schoolyard with like a little like tape recorder and be like, "Oh man, have you guys heard this song?" And they'd be like, "No." Not generally interested. Everyone wanted to listen to like Britney Spears and NSYNC. Go figure. We were 8. It was 1999. Anyway, so all the things, kind of like the pieces of the puzzle, kind of started lining up, and I'm like, I really liked the kind of weird syncopated guitar patterns that they were doing, and I thought that was really fun and interesting, because whenever me and Sean would jam, I would always kind of do like offbeat stuff anyway, because it's just fun to play, and it's kind of, let's be real, it's fun to bullshit when you don't really know what you're doing. So I kind of started learning how to play ska guitar um almost by accident, and then I kind of just refined it. And then when I kind of decided that I wanted to be in a ska band specifically, when I was like maybe 17 or 18, and I was graduating high school. I graduated when I was 17. I was like young. I started school young anyway. And over the summer, me and Sean were kind of like just kind of toying around with the idea of doing like the Sublime thing, like the three-piece ska band. And I was like, well, I kind of definitely want to add horns to this, because like horns were kind of my favorite part of ska. And I thought that they did melodies were really well, like the melodies were really fun. And so I took a music theory class when I got into college, which was 50% a mistake. I took an 8 a.m. music theory class. I do not recommend that. It's a horrible idea. And so I took this music theory class because I didn't know a goddamn thing about music theory. And I'm like, if I'm going to be talking about horn players who have probably been playing since like the fifth grade, they're going to know how to read music. And I'm going to be like the fucking idiot in the band that doesn't know how to read. And I can't tell my trumpet player, like, "Hey, can you play this note?" And be like, "Oh, it's the fifth fret on the E string, whatever note that is." So I took a music theory course, and that's where I met um, our, our first trombone player, Nico East, slash another one of my best friends. Found out he played trombone. I saw my first actual concert was a Real Big Fish show down in Bakersfield, which is like, it's 2 hours where I'm 2 hours south from where I am now, up in Fresno. But I lived in Visalia at the time, which was an hour away. Nico was at that show, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, so he likes ska, and I know he plays trombone." I sent him a DM on Facebook. I'm like, "Hey man, I got this bullshit idea for a ska band. Do you want to be in it?" And he said yes. End of message. Cool. He knew a couple guys from the COS band, the community college we went to, Colleges of the Sequoias, and they were kind of like our first. That was like our first prototype of For the Record. We eventually wrote a couple songs, did a couple covers, and then we played our first show at like this pizza place that doesn't exist anymore, which is crazy to me that this band has somehow outlived a business. Um, like
Pizza
that
business,
August.
even.
Yeah, exactly. Like a pizza place, like that is basically a money printing machine. Um, and so that was like our first show. And then, I mean, since then, 14 years later, like, the faces are all different. I'm still friends with Nico. I saw him like I was on Discord with him like a couple days ago watching football. Um, we've had a lot of other people in the band since then, and for a while it was a revolving door of drummers, as it often is. Because it was the mid 2000s, no one really gave a damn about ska here in Fresno. And so I had a bunch of metal, like the first drummers in this band were all metal kids because that's all I could find. And then, I got lucky for a little stretch. We had this kid named JoJo playing drums. He liked ska. He was really into the Aquabats and stuff. And he was our drummer for like a really, really long time. And that was like our first kind of sense of stability. And that's where we got like our real, that's where we got to cover a lot of ground. We did a lot of writing. We learned a lot of covers, and that's kind of how we were able to do like the house band thing because we kind of found a little bit of stability in our members. Um, Jojo left 2, 3 years ago. We have this incredible guy named Connor Bonstein playing drums for us now. Um, Nico left because he's like, I'm getting older and this touring thing isn't really for me anymore. He left a wonderful kid by the name of Calvin Sarisukarn, joined the band. He's playing trombone for us. I was in his wedding. I was a groomsman. Like that's how close we are now. Um, God, who else? David Kasuga was playing bass for a minute. He left recently because like he's getting married, and I'm also in his wedding. And he just got real, real busy. And was like, I can't really commit time to this. Like you, like I know you want me to, and I can't do it anymore. Um, so he left like earlier this year, like around May. And then we actually got one of our old bass players, a guy named Riley Reitzel. He's our full-time bass player now, and he's just absolutely incredible. Wyatt Bible, he's our trumpet player. He's a good kid. I met him when I snuck into the Fresno State the Fresno State alumni band that I have never stepped foot on that campus, and I have never been in that band. That's a story for a different day. Um, and then Nathaniel Malden, aka Becky with the good hair. He's playing sax for us. Aside from me at this point, he is our longest tenured member at like 6 or 7 years now. So that is the shortest of the history that I can make it.
That was pretty precise, I think. I think it
It's
was very
it's a
effective.
lot, dude.
And thorough.
Like
Yeah.
that's what happens when you've been in a band as long as we have. Like there's been a lot of shit's happened.
So I am kind of curious because what I could find your earliest release on Spotify at least was 2018.
Yep.
What was that gap between that first show and being able to put something together, reproduced and recorded, able to release to the masses?
It's funny you mentioned that. So 2018 is kind of like you got to think of it as 2018 is kind of like when the band was solidified and for lack of a better phrase, we kind of got our shit together. So back in like 2011, maybe ass end of 2012, when we had no business doing this, we went down to Bakersfield and we recorded an EP that we called 2 weeks notice, which with a bunch of songs that we don't even like play anymore. But we were, God, I was 19. I was 18 or 19 when we put that together. We did an EP called 2 weeks notice. We recorded it live, and we just thought that that was the thing that you do, right? Like you record like a demo, you send it to the radio station, maybe they play it, and that's how it worked. It's not how it works, by the way. It sounds like shit. I have the original, like the master, like sitting in a box in my mom's closet in like a little memento box. And yeah, like it was just you can tell how young we were and how hot shit we thought we were. So that was like 2011, 2012, 2014 maybe. We did another EP called Third Time's a Charm where we did like album art and like we pressed a few physical copies and it still sounded like shit. And we went to this place called it's now called Lush Waves, and it's owned by the same guy. But we went to like a local music studio in Visalia, recorded the whole thing. We actually tracked it. We didn't know what we were doing, and at the time the guy that recorded it was like fresh out of like recording school, and quite frankly he knew what he was doing, but like we didn't, and I also thought that I knew better. Go figure. I'm a victim of my own hubris. I can admit that now, and that's part of the reason why it just sounds the way that it does. Everything just sounds like really, really thin and really, really dry, and it's just not good. So third time's a charm is up like in our TuneCore account. It's in there. I just don't have it released because I don't. I'm just not. No, no one needs to hear that. So when we came out with This Is Fine, that was when we were like, okay, like we're at a point where it was at this point I was like, we are trying to get signed because that is the thing that we are trying to do. We thought that that was like the move, right? So we recorded This Is Fine. We went to a gentleman named Ryan Andes. He does stuff out of Tulare, California, Cowtown. That's all you really need to know. Um, Called Sacred Geometry, and Ryan, I think, really knocked it out of the park. That is actually, I still tell people it's the album that I am the happiest with, from all the way from like composition to like production and like writing and stuff. That is an album that I am across the board the most proud of. Like I think it's like solid eight and a half, like all the way through. Um, and we sent that to a couple record labels. Manicat Records got, I sent it one of the albums that, or one of the record labels that I sent it to is our current label, Manicat Records. They're out of New York, out of Nyack, if you guys know where that is. Nyack or Pomona, one of those two. I forget where they're based out of now. Um, they got a hold of it. We signed a deal with them. So, we did 2 EPs with them. Um, Mess They Call My 20s, which features a few songs from Third Time's a Charm. Songs like Trudy, Hey Look at Me, and like a couple others on that album are like from Third Time's a Charm, but they sound better this time, and I'm a lot better with them being out in the world now. And then we did our latest album, Fake It Till You Make It, and then our next album is going to be a full length, because that's part of the deal, and that will get put out at some point.
So me and
Yeah.
Beau were just side chatting here for a second because it's funny. We come up with an outline for like every one of our interviews, and you just answered a ton of our questions.
Oh no, did I spoil it?
No, that's good. I love when that
This is
happens
perfect.
because we always want the person we're interviewing to talk more than we do. So it's great. You're a good interviewee.
I try. I also have a bad habit about talking too much.
No, that's good.
No worries. That's what the people are here for.
Yay.
One thing you
Maybe
didn't
you got all
tell-
warmed up with your other radio gig
Yeah,
beforehand. So
right.
I think I did.
the vocal cords were already loose. You're already in the zone. Like here we go.
I'm already like chatty, so I'm like, all right, let's do it. I had a cold brew before I got here, so I'm on one.
You're hype.
Perfect.
Where did the name come from for the record?
Uh, I'm gonna sound like a
And
so,
this
okay,
is on
so
the record.
yeah, on for the record, this is on the record. I'm gonna fanboy. So Real Big Fish is like the whole reason why I play music. They're my favorite band. I have a Real Big Fish tattoo. We could talk about that later.
Nice.
But in She's Famous Now, there's that line, you'll never touch the way that I feel, just for the record, she got the deal. And I thought that was just the most clever thing I had ever heard when I was like 16. That I'm like, man, I'm gonna name my band that, and that's gonna be like an allusion to that. And now I have a bunch of t-shirts with with our name on it and a bunch of banners and flags and shit, and now I can't change it.
Would you change it?
I thought about it, and then I looked at I'm not even kidding. I was in the middle of maybe doing like a rebrand. This is like, God, 20, either 2016 or 2017. And we played a show with Smash Mouth, and that was like the first time that like was like, we should get shirts made. Like, this is like a big deal. People might buy them. And then I looked at a bunch of shirts that said For the Record on them, and I'm like, if I change the name, I can't fucking get rid of these. So
It's
just
really
stuck.
funny that you mentioned that because I don't know if you noticed, but we're called Skagazine and we're not a zine. When
Yeah.
we started out, we were supposed to be a zine. And then we found that bands just really like to talk about themselves and we wanted to give them a space to do it. So we do podcasts mostly instead.
It's a good bit. I love it.
But I like the name and I like my logo, and I'm like,
And it's
it's
got a
a
pun in
thing.
there.
And maybe one day we'll be more. I mean, I always strive to be more. So,
Yeah.
But
I
how
love it. I think I think it's a great bit for like a podcast.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
how do you change the catchphrase though? I mean, like, be the scene, sky
You
the scene,
don't.
like.
Yeah, be the scene Skagazine. That's our thing.
Oh, I love it.
We also have I have another account called Be the Scene Productions and we book shows through there. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, our tagline is your friendly neighborhood ska band.
Are you a superhero fan as well?
I am kind of you can't really oh, well, I guess
I
I could
see
just
some action figures there.
I really like Dr. Fate. He's my boy.
Nice. Do you have a tattoo of
Um
him?
when I got my first big boy job, I was done buying guitar stuff and I just was on like I forgot what comic book website it was, but it was like I'll buy that one and that one and that one and that one and that one. And I went to like a local comic books. I went to like a comic book shop and like by so I can't remember what the hell the name of it is. I feel bad. I hope they're still in business. Um, but I was like, hey, do you guys have any like Dr. Fate comics? And the guy was like over there, and I just bought like the whole rack.
Have you seen the Ska comic book that came out this year? Fuck is it?
No, what? That's rad.
Yeah, Skagazine is in it. Like they mention us in the comic.
Oh,
Um,
hell yeah.
gosh, I'm drawing a blank here of what it's called. I will send it to you.
Please do.
I do want to like mention it and promote it, but I can't think right now to save my life. Maybe before the end of this episode, I'll find it. No,
Hectic Planet?
no,
Ah, dang.
I'm gonna find it. Don't you
I
worry.
literally just Googled Ska comic book and it was in the Ska subreddit.
That's what I did too, but I didn't find it that way. I know I have some messages in my Instagram about it, so maybe I'll find it there.
Hell
Anyway,
yeah.
Is this
and
when we
here's
cover for you so you can dive deep into the depths of your messages and phone archives?
yeah,
Oh
because you
my
know I'm
God, I
like not
just
gonna stop thinking
ordered
about it until I know what it is.
Okay, so you mentioned Manic Cat Records in there. Do you have any particular favorite label mates on Manic Cat?
A lot of my so funny you should mention that. So we haven't toured in a minute, mostly because it's really expensive and we're all broke. And half of us are teachers. So it's like there's like a very slim window. Like it's basically like we tour like in summer. And if one of them is doing summer school, I'm like, dude, I have to find like a replacement that's like down to like play for free. And they're really hard to find. So like we haven't gotten to like really tour with like any label mates in a minute. And the people that I really liked, we were friends with this band called Neverland, um, but they're no longer with the label. And then another band called Right On Kid. Those guys are dope. They're from New Mexico. Actually, Neverland is up your way, Eric. They're from Livermore, I
Okay,
believe. Yeah, they're really rad. I'd go check them out. They play at like Gilman a lot.
have to
And
keep
then
an
like
eye out.
Right On Kid's like another like pop punk band. They're from Albuquerque. Those dudes are rad. Another band that's no longer with the label is a band called Noise Brigade. Um, those guys are rad. They actually started out as a ska band, and that's why they're called Noise Brigade from the Boss Tones song. And then they pivoted over to like kind of like pop punk, like skate punk. Um, I love those guys. I'm still friends with them. They actually wanted to do a ska collab like during the pandemic, and I totally lagged on it. I feel so bad. But yeah,
Mhm.
those are I know they're all former label mates, but they're all I mean, it's kind of like I don't want to say it's by design. It's kind of on accident that like I don't have any like favorite label mates currently because like we just don't we just haven't toured in a minute. So
Right, is your future release that you alluded to going to be on Manic Cat Records?
Yeah, so we're on the hook for two EPs and a full length, and then once we're done with the full length, we can either re-up our contract or go somewhere else. So yeah, once the full length's done, then we can talk about that. But we're definitely going to be touring with that album fairly heavily. Puck Scullips
Oh yeah,
now.
I found it.
Cross-eye comics. I
Sorry to
love it.
interrupt.
No,
Hawk
it's fine.
Scollops now, Cross-Eye Comics. The guy's name is Doug Knight. You can follow him on Instagram. Everybody
There you
should go
go.
check out a Puck Scollops now by Cross-Eye Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dare you to.
Less want to do it loses.
So, since you guys haven't been able to tour very much, Asa, do you guys just stick to local watering holes, pizza places? You try to hit up some local festivals? Like, where you play most of your shows at?
So we play a lot of shows up here in Fresno. We're trying to get out of, I mean, obviously we're always trying to like get out of Fresno. We one of our favorite festivals that we've been playing is actually I don't know if you know I don't know his actual real last name because he goes by Dave Bracer and his band is The Bracers. He puts on a Central Valley Ska Festival like every like April. Um and we've been like really really lucky to be able to like not headline but he gives us a pretty good spot. We've been really kind of lucky to have that because I always look at like Supernova and I'm like, ah man, I want to do that, but like here. And so Dave, like, he's friends with all the West Coast ska bands, so he like invites people out, like, his band, the Bracers, Answer My Eyes Johnson. I like they reunite every time that Ska Fest comes around, and it's always so fun because they're such a fun band. Our other uh Fresno ska friends, this band called Iwanaga, like they always play. Like it's always a really good time. I'm glad like, it's not quite at the level of Supernova yet, but it's really cool that we have something like that, a ska festival, a dedicated ska festival here on the West Coast and that we get to be a part of it. But yeah, I mean we're favorites at this place called this like beer bar tap room type place called Goldstein's Barrel House. There's I really like this place in Pacifica. I cannot remember the name of it. I just know it's in Pacifica, and we played there on tour, and now it's
Winter's
real bad.
Tavern.
Winters,
Winter's
thank
Tavern.
you, thank you, Eric. Good save. I really like that place. I want to go back. We played there last tour with the Odd Advantage, and that place was rad. Some dude bought us like shots. It was fun.
It's a
Um,
good time.
it is. It really is. Um, yeah, we're trying to get out there like a lot more. We're trying to play down south a lot. Logistically, it's just a little tough because like I pretty much work weekends exclusively, and again, half of us are teachers, so it's like, if we have like a 6 p.m. load in time, it's 4 hours from Fresno to LA, and school gets out at 3. So it's a little tough getting out there, but we're trying. We're still trying. The idea is that we're going to tour sometime this next summer, come hell or high water. That's something I want to do, whether or not we have the full length done. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, yeah, we play a lot around Fresno, but we're trying to get out there more.
Are there any local bands that you tend to play with a lot?
We've been playing with, I mean, we've been playing with Iwanaga. They're about as old as we are, um, if not older. Not by much, but a little bit. I mean, like I've been friends with Andrew. We played our first show together, no, like November of 2011, I think. Um, October of 2011. So we play with them fairly often. What are other bands that we play with? There's a band called Unlikely who actually their lead singer, guitar player, played bass for us for a minute and then went off and started his own band. We play with them sometimes. Um, we've been on bills with Chudson like a couple times. Um, the first show we had to like bail because our bass player at the time got COVID, but we were supposed to play that show. But yeah, I mean, Iwanaga we play with a lot. If I had to make a list, like it's probably like them and then a long list. And then I honestly couldn't even tell you. I play with a lot of bands.
What about touring bands coming through? You mentioned being on the bill with Say Ferris. Any other ones you've played with?
I mean, we've opened for like we've opened for Hawthorne Heights before.
Oh, cool.
Um, Hawthorne Heights, Cherry, is it Cherry Pop and Daddies? We played a show in Sacramento with, I think, Cherry Pop and Daddies. That sounds right. Yeah, it was them. Um, I get my swing ska bands confused sometimes. We played with them. I mean, we played with Smash Mouth a couple times back when Steve was alive. That was a whole thing because who boy Steve. We went on tour with the Odd Advantage. We actually like invited them out. Um, last time we went on tour. Other bands. I'm like looking. I used to have like a poster that had like all the bands that we played with. Um, that's kind of all I got off the top of my head. But as far as like big ska bands, like it's Save Ferris. This is like a big deal for me because like I grew up listening to like Save Ferris and all those third wave bands. So
Right. I always like to ask this question if there's any band or artist that you could collaborate with or tour with. I have a feeling you're going to say Real Big Fish, but maybe somebody else.
I would say Real Big Fish. However, I would because like I've known Austin from Joker's Republic for like we've been
Oh,
friends on the internet for a minute, and like he's like a really good guitar player, and I would like to
yes.
do
Yeah.
something with
Yeah.
him, and I think that'd be really fun.
Oh, yeah.
So Austin, if you're listening to this, hit me up. We'll do something.
I mean, I'm going to see him Saturday, so I'll be like, you have to listen to this podcast when it drops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put a bug in his ear.
Yeah.
We've had
Also
that
tell him
one.
West Coast tour as well.
We love
Oh, dude,
Joker's
West Coast.
Republic.
Oh, dude, if he goes on a Coast tour, like I'm going. Like,
I I feel like last time we talked to them, they were hoping to do that again real soon.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? That reminds me. They played in Fresno.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I think. I feel like they played a place called Fulton 55. I can't remember, but I don't know if that was like a fever dream I had, but that sounds right.
Well, they did tour California, I think, in 2022.
Yeah,
Deja
that'd
vu,
be. I guess so. Yeah.
Their
premonition,
new
maybe.
album is amazing.
Perchance. Oh, yeah, manifest this show into existence.
I know.
Yeah.
All
Speaking of manifesting, do you have any bucket list places that you would want to play?
Or festivals.
Well, I always wanted to play Chain Reaction, but that's not really a thing anymore because they're closing. The
Oh, are
Catalyst.
they?
I think as of like today, they're officially closing up. I think I don't know if that's fake news or not, but I know I for a fact I saw something on Facebook today that was like Chain Reactions shutting it down.
Chain Reaction
Um,
is a big Orange County venue.
yes. Oh man, bucket list places I want to play. Um, Gilman was on the list for a minute, and that was actually like the last show that we played before like the pandemic like shut everything down. Um, yeah, I mean, House of Blues would be cool. Um,
House
it,
Blues, Anaheim?
any of them, but yeah,
Or any
Anaheim.
any House of Blues?
Yeah, Anaheim was the one that like I grew up like going to. I used to always go to a. I've always worked in like music retail, so I used to always go to the NAMM shows, and they were always doing stuff at the House of Blues. Um, so I used to go there like a lot, like in my early 20s. Um, yeah, I think that rounds it out. I really want to play. It's like all the places I want to play are like festivals. So like like the goal is to get like onto Supernova. I don't know
Yeah,
why I
you're
want to
right.
go to Virginia so goddamn bad, but like I want to play Supernova.
Well, I
Um,
mean, it's on the beach. It's the best ska fest that there is in the
I know.
country.
And I went to back to the beach and then they shut it down for some reason. Uh John Feldman from Goldfinger was the one that was like putting that together and he did it like twice and I went to the second one and then they stopped doing it. I've always wanted to play Fest and if anything that I get to double up by going to Gainesville and I because maybe I could play Fest in Gainesville or something and then I can also go to a University of Florida Gators game. That'd be dope. Um Warp Tour, but like back before Warp Tour like did only like a couple shows. Like I'd actually want to do like the Vans Warp Tour from like the you know the one.
The old
Yeah.
school Warped Tour.
Um which is funny because like I've never been to Warped Tour, but like I've always wanted to play it. Oh, I hold on. Before I get into that, I have a Warped Tour story. Okay, so going back to my freshman year of college when I took that 8 a.m. music theory class. So Warped Tour was actually coming to Fresno, and Streetlight was on it, and I wanted to go. So specifically, so I could see Streetlight. The thing was, is that it was I lived in Visalia, which is an hour south of Fresno, and it was also the day of the first day of classes. So if I didn't go, I lost all of my classes. So I had to be in school, and I was so butthurt about it. Like for the next like 2 weeks, I was like, Miss fucking Streetlight, fucking college, fuck you. So yeah, that was the one time I was gonna go to Warped Tour, and I haven't been. I've just never been.
I've never been to Warped Tour, but I have a drumhead that has been. So
That you've been to Warped Tour by proxy. I'm gonna say that counts.
sweet. I had a great time.
I've been to a lot of Warped Tours. I'm old as fuck.
It,
Seriously.
it just
I
means
think
you've lived.
I hope I'm not the oldest person here, am I? Oh, I'm not going to talk about that.
I'm 34, so
Usually, if Eric's here, he's the oldest because he's like 51.
46 here.
How old are you?
46.
Oh, you are? You are older than me. Okay, cool. I'm only 44. Sorry. Ryan's being quiet.
Dodged a
it's what's in
bullet. I'm
it's your
41.
age and your heart that counts.
Yeah.
I'm 41, but I act like I'm 14. So
Yeah. I'm there with you.
I'm 34 and I act like I'm 20. Don't feel too bad.
Young at heart.
Yeah.
and for some reason they elected a 14-year-old to city commission. So
Yeah. I like to like go to my parents' house and like talk about music and be like, Mom, see, it wasn't a fucking phase.
My mom, like we spent so long practicing out of my mom's garage, bless her goddamn heart. If you asked her what kind of music I made, she would have no fucking idea.
my parents actually went to that first ska show at the Broadway Theater, and my mom has a tendency to party hard enough for anybody who's not partaking. So yeah, it was an experience. First time they went to, I invited them out to a show. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, this lady's having so much fun." I'm like, "Yeah, that's my. Of course, it was my mom. You know."
That's my mom. I know
Yep.
that this because my mom doesn't really understand what ska is. She actually thinks that's I've told her I play ska music, like that's what it's called if someone like asks. And she's like, "Who is Scott? And why do you call it your music that?" And I'm like, "It's okay. You know what, Mom? Never mind. Just tell them I play in a rock band. Just let's just go with that." But like this show is like such a big deal that I'm like, "Ah, man, maybe I should invite my mom." Like, this isn't like such a, like a fucking bust. Like this wasn't such a bad idea after all. Like this means something to me. I'm still like, she's not gonna get it, but I'm still probably gonna invite her anyway. Maybe she'll have a good time. Maybe she'll get it then.
There's only one way you'll find out.
I
I
mean,
know.
if anything, she'll know come on Eileen, maybe, right?
Maybe.
Who
So the thing
doesn't?
you have to
Come
know about
on.
my mom is that she's very Portuguese and like
Yeah.
fresh off the boat.
Uh-huh.
But my dad was super white. So maybe she knows Dexy's Midnight Runners or something.
But
I don't know. I'll invite her anyway. Well, I'll report back. We'll see how it goes.
speaking of meanings, though, one thing we do like to do is get into the meaning of some of the songs. So before we
Okay.
do that, I'm going to ask: Are you the one that writes most of the lyrics?
I am.
Excellent, because that could have been a really, really short segment.
Yeah. And now it's gonna be really, really long.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Just Ryan, before you get to number two, give me a nod because we're gonna listen to that one together.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, we were curious about the inspiration, maybe story behind the lyrics to some of the songs over the years, and we want to start off with "Ode to Suck" because it's just one of those songs.
my son. That's I think that's if I had to, like gun to my head, like I had to pick like a magnum opus, which sucks because it would mean that I've like peaked so early. Ode to Suck is my favorite. Um, Ode to Suck was born out of a couple of different things. For the Record has always been like I've the older I've gotten, the more in retrospect I kind of realize that like For the Record is kind of a way for me to like just hang out with my friends and they all happen to play music. And so at the time, there's a couple people in the band that were no longer in the band that did not leave like on good terms. And I was like mad about it. And so there's the two verses are about two different people that were in the band. And I won't name names because that's mean. Um, but one of them was um the first verse is about one guy, the second verse is about another guy. But I mean, like, it's just me being angry, really, and kind of detailing like a very I'm mad, I'm glad, I'm sad kind of way of like writing about things. Um, I'm trying to think of like how that song even goes. Oh, well, because like the first line is like, here's something new, it's one about you. Because like the joke kind of in the band is that like I basically get like in a really messy breakup of my own doing, and then I write a song about it, like, you know, very Taylor Swifty, right? And so I'm like, here's something new, it's one about you, and if you don't mind, I'd like to give you a piece of mine. And I thought I was just so fucking clever, which is not that great. It's not that great of lyric writing, like, let's be real, it just happens to rhyme. um but for some reason I'm really proud of it. The kind of just where the thing that I'm most proud of it is that I write very bonehead songs in terms of like structure. And I think out of all of the songs that I've written, even thus far, I think it's technically the most complicated and the most, which let's be real, the bar is low. Okay, like I'm not calling myself like a master songwriter because like I put in like a fun jumpy bit into a punk song. It's just that like it was kind of like it was me trying something new and it being successful and me liking the sound of it. Um, I write things very like poppy, very like 145, 1645, like, you know, musical mumbo jumbo. The most technical part of this song is that I have it. There's a cut this part out because I'm thinking, and it's just dead air and it's not good. It's not good radio. Um, fuck, what is that chord? It's a C major, so it's a flat, or it's a major sixth. No, a flat I have like a flat major seventh chord in there. Whoop de fucking do. It's not a flat major seventh, whatever. It's a seventh chord, but it's a major seventh major. Never mind. Music bullshit. I did a thing that is dumb, that doesn't technically fit in the nice little cookie cutter like music that I usually write. Um, and I threw in a jumpy bit and I really liked it. And there's a guitar solo in there and I think it's really fun. But yeah, Ode to Suck. Honestly, I like, as pedantic as the bridge is, I really like it. And it's really fun when, you know, like I wrote that song when I was like 23, 24 maybe. And you could tell how young I was. But even now, as a 34-year-old grown ass man, and people come to like For the Record shows and they scream, this is the angriest song that I've ever wrote back at me. Like, I feel so like, hell yeah, this is why I do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When I brought up some of the songs that we're going to talk about, that one was kind of unanimous. Like, yep, we definitely got those. The other one, that Jess really wanted to listen to, wink, wink, nod, nod, is Occam's Razor.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
How the fuck does this song go? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but that's alright. Nothing that I do ever matter. I created my disaster. I'll never find a cure for cancer, even find an answer for all the problems in my head. And I'm walking on sequitur. That's never what I was to her. And oh, I think too much. Oh, I think in a little blue box. But all I found was emptiness when I tore my own heart to shreds. I know I never even crossed her mind, but she still runs through mine. Oh, I think too much. 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 I think too much. I think too much. I think too much.
And we're back.
Man, it's been a minute since I've actually like sat down and
Really?
listened to that song.
I love that song. I mean, I'm not going to say it's my favorite. I love this whole EP. I have another favorite song that I'm going to throw in at the end just because.
Oh,
But
cool.
it's a really, really great song.
Thank
This has a
you.
lot of favorites.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
I
up there for
didn't
me.
know people like that song.
Yes.
Does that end up on your set list a lot?
No, which is
Oh.
why I was so surprised when you guys said, "Oh, we want to talk about Occam's Razor and like we want to listen to it together." I was like, oh,
It's a
I didn't
deep
know people like that one. That. So I have some the way. Okay, so the thing you need to know, I don't. This might sound selfish, but like whenever I write music, I don't really like I think whenever I write music, I think of it as like either like a self-expression, catharsis, kind of like I am painting, quote unquote, like painting my feelings, right? And I do it as kind of like self-expression like that. And if people end up liking it, I'm like, okay, cool, like that's great. Like that, like so. I have songs that like are poppier that I think like people will like, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, like that's one that I think will get the crowd moving or something. This was a for me song. Like this song is for me. I wrote this song for me, not you, for me. And so whenever people are like, oh yeah, that song rips, I'm like, oh, for real?
No, the name of the song is perfect for that catchline. What I think of when I hear it is analysis paralysis.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, it used to be okay, so I'm kind of a slut for like long song names, like a la Fallout Boy. And so originally that song was using Occam's razor to skin Schrodinger's cat, and then everyone was like, "That's too long." So it's just Occam's razor now.
Now we should introduce Asa to the Boy
I was
Detectives
just
and check
thinking
out
the same thing. You
their
took the words
song
Hell
right
yeah.
out of my mouth. Do you know them?
I don't actually.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like to now though.
Yeah, put them on your list. They love long song names and they're just incredible. They just released an album this month called or last month now, called Disco Lunch. And I mean, it's not their first album, but it's incredible.
More
Big
theme song for an Ida Garage.
Yes,
That's awesome.
yeah. And if you look back at their other if you look back at Exhibition, there's some other really cool names. So
a la Fallout Boy.
yeah. And they did it for the same reason. I'm pretty sure
I
they
did
said
get
that once, right?
I did get scabies once, so I guess that's pretty punk. That's fucking
That's
funny.
yeah, that song you need to listen to. That's like one of the best punk rock songs out there.
Oh my
Punk
god.
rock, whatever.
Oh my god. I gotta just come up with something absolutely absurd.
So when they play that song, they actually have a cuddle puddle where everybody lays down on the ground. And
Oh, cool.
when the breakdown happens, like we all kind of chant, and then when breakdown happens, we all jump up and the pit goes crazy. We all go absolutely berserk, and it's wonderful.
What's
Oh, that's
funny
fun.
is we were just talking about Goldfinger. They're playing here in Philly with Goldfinger in 2 weeks. and it's like a like a 2,000 capacity room, I think, and they're still planning on doing the cuddle puddle, so this should be
Hell yeah.
thing. I can't wait. I'll be in it. But anyway, back to your songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also have a Christmas song.
Yeah.
Theirs is I renounce Verdukianism, but yours is You Won't Be Here for Christmas.
Yes, which I stole from a Fall Out Boy song.
Both sound like sad songs.
Yeah,
And they're also a little bit emo. I kind of realized this after I picked them all out. I'm like, oh yeah, well.
well, that was kind of the thing that I when I was like growing up, because Real Big Fish is really good at doing the like I'm angry but the song sounds happy kind of bit, and I really like that dichotomy. Like it's kind of just I don't want to say it's deceptive, but it's fun. Like it's kind of like the antithesis of each other, and I really like that. And so I really liked being able to, use kind of the happiness of ska, like kind of like the natural like upbeat, like obviously everything's like up tempo on the offbeat. It's really bouncy, it's really jumpy, it's really fun sounding, and then just being a fucking bummer in the lyrics.
I think that's some of the best ska
I do
songs.
too.
Honestly, like
Yeah,
I love it.
absolutely. I
Like
mean,
they're
I
either
think
about something that's absolutely nonsense, like a cool pool party, or something really serious.
Yeah, like if we're talking about like shit that gets serious, and like I'm gonna stroke my own dick here for a second, but like our song, Another Notch in My Notebook, like that song's about
that's
me
my
having a drinking
song.
problem.
That's my song. The one I was
Is it
just
really?
talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I
yeah.
And
love that
I
one.
might have a drinking problem myself.
So
Yeah, my liver
stroke
and my
away,
heart
my
are both
friend.
broken and scarred. Have fun guessing which is which.
I messaged Ryan earlier today. I'm like, can we add a fourth song in the Brain on Ska? And he's like, Jess, you're killing me. But anyway, yeah, that's a great song. I think I've listened to it like 100 times in the past week.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Gonna be
That's
on my
another one of my
replay for
favorites.
sure.
Yeah, like if my songs were kids, that one gets to go to college.
Yeah. So did we talk about the song we just played at all, or we
No,
haven't?
not yet.
I didn't think so. Okay. So what was the inspiration behind this song?
The short version is like I don't want to say I wrote this song maybe like a couple years after it happened, but maybe I was just coming to grips with it or whatever. I was coming off of a really bad breakup. Um, that was just kind of like all me. And so that's why he got lines like, and again, I'm gonna stroke my own dick a little bit because I'm actually kind of proud of this line. Like I'm a walking non sequitur, but that's never what I was to her. Um, Stuff like that. So that's kind of like the inspiration about it. Talk about tearing my own heart to shreds, like, that it was all my fault. Because usually like something that Aaron Barrett does really well is like when he writes a breakup song, he'll be like, I can't remember what song it was. Nothing. It's like, I know it's really not your fault. I'm gonna blame you anyway. That was kind of like the approach that I took with a lot of the breakup songs that like I wrote, even though like I was the mastermind behind like the breakup because I would just torpedo things. I would reframe it because that's a thing that you can do. I'm telling the story. And so I decided to, I don't know, maybe I grew up or something in my songwriting, and I tried to make it a little bit more introspective. Like, no, like this was all me, like this is my doing. And a lot of it kind of started with another song, a song off of This Is Fine called From You to Me, because it is framed as the reason why it's called From You to Me is because I am supposed to be reading a letter from the person that I hurt, right? And so it was like I kind of started to flip things to where I'm like, maybe I should actually like kind of take something resembling accountability and be able to like place blame on myself and kind of call myself out and be like, it's a you thing, dude. Like it's not them, it's you. So Occam's is kind of like, I don't want to say it's a love letter to that, but it's kind of like, the story of me breaking this girl's heart and then being um I guess vulnerable about it.
Dig it. I like it.
It
Yeah.
was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess I fucking gut myself sometimes.
Accountability is hard though. Like, and a lot of people will do whatever they can to skirt away from it.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. And for a really, really long time, when it came to like relationships and stuff, I was like, it's not me, it's you. And then like this breakup happened, and like I went to therapy, and I'm like, shit, man, maybe it is you.
Yeah, I feel like our society just churns out narcissists, and that is like uh one staple characteristic uh is the inability to take accountability and blame shift and gaslight other people when shit goes sideways.
Not to be guy with a sociology degree, I don't, but um, I mean, I think you're right. I think the society we live in, the the economic system that we like live in, like capitalism specifically, is so like self-reliance. You are the main character. You create your own path or whatever. Like it puts a lot of like makes it very me, and I think it doesn't help.
No, not my long shot. Um, yeah, and I deal with that a lot, like in the circles I travel in now, because like I ran on a platform of mutual aid and stuff like that, and I hear all these people that you ever talk to these homeless people, they want to be that way. Not that I'm like, people do not wake up like one morning and be like, I decide that I want to live like on the streets and
Yeah,
not
you
have
know what sounds
belongings.
dope? Waking up cold and wet. No one
Yeah,
does that.
no, the denial is a thing, and they want to hold people accountable. Like, why can't we hold the freaking system that we live in that, creates this wealth gap that people are living in such impoverished conditions where we have people that have yachts on their yachts.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's ridiculous.
it drives me absolutely insane. Um, so yeah, I appreciate any ode to accountability. It's just as good as an ode to suck.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. We're back. We brought it back home.
Full circle.
Yeah, I did want to get into the Christmas songs since we are coming up into the holidays. Um, judging by the title, it might have a similar founding or start. You won't be here for Christmas.
So we recorded it with the same gentleman, Ryan Andes, who runs Sacred Geometry Studios. And he did we recorded all that with him. Did all the tracking. I fucking wore my arm out with sleigh bells, which I found out you're not supposed to like jingle them. Like you're not supposed to like because it's like on a handle, right? And so you're not supposed to jingle them. You're just supposed to hold it and then hit it like that. And so for like 3.5 minutes, I'm just fucking dangling this shit and I'm wearing my fucking shoulder out. And I'm like, God damn it, do I have to do another take? And the Ryan is like, I think you have to, like, just for posterity. And I'm like, fuck. And so like, I have to like go outside and like fucking stretch my shoulder out. And like I can't do it with my left shoulder because like my left shoulder is like fucking weak as fuck and I can't keep time. And like the song's so fucking fast. But anyway, so to, that took a turn. To bring it back, yeah, I kind of wrote it as it's not really even like a love letter to like a girl or anything or like a specific time in my life, but it was kind of like getting older and kind of reminiscing on like I guess Christmases past or whatever. Because like something I do really get nostalgic about is I have a line in there that's like I miss the cold and I think I miss the cold and I miss the fog, miss my mom and I miss my dog. And like those are all things that like I get really nostalgic about, even though like, my dog's she's 15 now and she hasn't gone anywhere yet. Um I had to knock on wood. um
I thought you're looking for the duck.
I know, right? No, she's downstairs. She's fine. Um I do get really nostalgic or whatever whenever I hit like that first like it gets a little chilly here in the evenings here like in California. And that
Can we
first like
define chili real quick for people in the Midwest and
so
Philly?
so chilly here is when it gets to about 50 degrees. That's about
Oh
as cold as it
my.
gets.
Don't laugh, guys. Don't laugh.
It's okay. You can laugh. It's fun.
That's so
My
sweet.
Phil, Phil, the one I do the radio show with for ESPN, he lived in North Dakota for a good like 10 years. And so like the first when he moved back, it was like the dead ass of December and he's out there wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. We're like, the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, this is nothing. This is a
Yeah.
hot day in North Dakota. Um, but anyway, when that first breath of cold air enters my lungs, I turn into like a different person. And like I like kind of like the gloomy kind of fog. We get a lot of that here. Like there's just a lot of moisture that hangs in the air. It's weird. I don't know if that's a thing like on the East Coast because I've never been, but still. Um, so I get real nostalgic about that. So I just kind of like ran with it. And then I just kind of put it in the frame of, a girl that left me all around the holidays because I don't know. I don't have experience with that, but your boy can write a breakup song. Let's just run with it. So, I mean,
No, it
it's fun.
sounds like a
I
breakup
really like
song.
it. I stole the intro from You'll Shoot Your Eye Out because I was just on a Fall Out Boy kick when I was doing a lot of writing.
Yeah, I figure we were coming up to the holidays, and it's one of the songs you guys have that's on a compilation.
Yeah.
You know, might be worth mentioning.
Yeah, it's fun. The thing that's hard about that song is that it's like 4.5 minutes long. And so like every time we think about playing it, we're like, ah man, do we want to try and rehearse that? And it's like we don't. I don't know. There's just too much stuff going on. There's six of us. I don't think we're going to be playing it anytime soon. I actually thought about if we had more notice for the Save Ferris show, I probably would have like played it. But it's like, ah man, I don't want to have to. We're all no one in the band, with the exception of Becky, has ever played that song. And I don't. It's been so long since we played it. I don't think I would have to reteach myself, and I think Becky would also have to reteach himself. It's been that long.
Would you have to do some strength training for the sleigh bells, or
I wouldn't have to do it. I'd make Connor do it. I'm like, you're the percussionist, bro. You fucking do it. That's your job.
that seems fair? And then the Jess had another song that she
Well,
wanted
we
to
kind
bring
of
up.
talked about it, and I think he summarized what the meaning was, and I think that's what I took from the song. So I think we're good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about
If you want
Notebook.
to
Notebook's
skip
fun.
deeper into it, we can, but like your call.
Yeah. The song's called Another Notch in My Notebook, mostly because I called it that because I was doing another like Fallout Boy bit, and then it just ended up being like a joke that song was about sex. That's why, like, if you listen to the beginning, that's David, and that was David's favorite bit, is that we'd be at shows and he'd be like, "The song is about sex," and I'm like, "No, it's fucking not." And it's a song about how I have a drinking problem. I'm better now. I got to figure it out. But yeah, that's more or less what it's about.
Good for you.
But yeah, I like that one too. I really like how that's another song like structurally, I think is like the most interesting because I really like that I've never written, I mean, if you listen to like a lot of our songs, they're all about 200-ish beats per minute for my nerds out there, which is probably too fast. I just have ADHD, and if like the Met isn't in my ear, just slamming in my ear, like I get off track because I fucking see a butterfly or some shit. Um, so all the songs are set really, really fast, and that's like our slowest song, like to date. I think it's about somewhere in the 160s or 180s. I can't remember, but and then it does the tempo change at the end where it kind of does like the part where you're supposed to pit. Um, and I don't know, I got sometimes I get stuck on phrases, I guess, and I really like I'm a mess, I'm a wreck, but you knew that when you met me. I don't know why that was just a wrinkle in my brain, but I don't know, I wanted to incorporate it and I kind of wrote the song like around that and was like, well, how can I do something with this? And I was like, well, let's do something different. We'll make this song about how I have issues and maybe I can get something out of it. And that's how Notebook came about. Just me trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Was that one that you wrote for yourself as well?
That was another one. That was a mostly for me song.
Yeah.
It was a mostly for me song, and then I'm like, this one's kind of like a booty shaker a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, it can be for you guys a little bit.
I'll share it with you.
Thanks for sharing.
You can have that one. A little treat for you guys.
And I just want to say that although a lot of the writing of your songs have been, you've kind of mentioned that it was about how you were feeling or, something that you wanted to express to the world. One thing that I like about the themes of your songs across the board is they're very relatable. There's a lot of us who kind of share the various situations or like the feelings that you have. So thanks for, putting that in the form of music.
Well,
And
well, thank you
yeah,
for
and
listening.
for
Like that actually that does mean a lot. And like thanks for reaching out. Uh Eric reached out on Instagram and was like, "Hey, I really like you guys. Like, you guys got a fan." And I'm glad that it spoke to you. Like it really on it genuinely like that. If I could share a story real quick, like
yeah,
I'm such a fucking sucker that like sometimes people like tell me like, oh, like this song, like I really like I really like the music that you guys put out, or like this song like spoke to me on some level. This dude on TikTok like saw one of our videos and was like, I can't even remember what video it was. It was such like a throwaway. But he was like, "Hey man, like I'm actually having like a lot of issues. I'm trying to start my own band. I'm trying to like write my own music and stuff. Do you guys have any advice for me?" And I was like, "Me? Like me? Like yeah, sure, man. Like I guess." And it just meant so much that someone was like, "I really like how you write music," and like someone gave a shit about my opinion on like how I do things in regards to this. That I kind of had like a little moment that I was like, I kind of want to cry a little bit. Um, but like I'm glad that people can either can or do relate to like the stuff that I've been through. Like I don't know, man. Like some of the stuff that I write about, I feel like it's such like a very specific situation or whatever that for people to be like, oh yeah, like I kind of that song like hits hard or like I really relate to that. I'm like, that's fucking rad. The human experience is weird and wild and varied, and I'm glad that you got something out of it.
But I mean, I feel like there's a lot of missed moments in those things that we feel are so unique, and we choose not to talk about them, but other people have had similar experiences.
It's so funny because like when you really talk to people, like to kind of expand on that point, like I I think the stuff that I've been through is just so fucking specific that like it applies to me and only me. And like God, how on any universe or multiverse or whatever can anyone, you know, have also been in my shoes in this exact same experience when in reality we fucking all have probably been through it. And I feel like it's something that like again, one of my whole bits is like, if you're gonna do art, like no matter how bad it is, and like even if you got to be like, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm glad, or whatever, get it out there, put it out there, and you might think it's not relatable. It probably is, and I think there's a lot to be said about. And like I totally get it. Like it's kind of like a self-preservation thing, right? Like no one wants to be vulnerable, but I think that is what invites human connection is the being vulnerable part, right? And I think people appreciate honesty and vulnerability like that in that even if you've never been in those exact parameters or that exact situation, there's probably a part of you that something has happened. We're all on this planet for a while, and there's probably something that you could probably draw a connection to that you've gone through, that even though someone is saying like I'm in a very particular set of circumstances, that you might not have been in those, but you've been in something close and you could probably vibe with that. And I think it's really important that if you feel like that, or you need to be, you got some shit inside of you that you got to let out, even that no matter how specific it is, get it out in some way. Like it's such a tired cliche, but Jake the dog from Adventure Time, he says the first step of being really good at something is sucking at something. That's true. Not every song I've ever written is a fucking banger. Some of the songs are such dog shit that they don't see the light of day. And sometimes they're for me, sometimes they're not for me. Sometimes they're for me and I want them to be for other people, but sometimes they're not for other people because they're just not there yet. But the important thing is to at least fucking try, right? If you're feeling something, write it down. Journal. It doesn't even have to be like art necessarily. Write it down. Get it out of you. It's important to get it out of you, I guess.
We've talked to Lady Hatchet a couple of times. That's one of the things she always says about songwriting and just creating in general is, get in the habit of putting pen to paper. Just express yourself, write it out, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, whatever it is, so that way you have an outlet and you have a channel.
And it's so funny because like one of the things that I'm really bad about with songwriting is that I get into writer's block and because I'm at that point of my musical career where like I'm getting older and like shit needs to like matter. And so I kind of get stuck that I'm like, ah man, if this song isn't good, like it's probably never going to see the light of day. And like I need to do something with this. So I get like oh, what the hell is it called? It's like executive dysfunction, but I get like real like heebie-jeebed about it. And even if like you're just writing bullshit just to for the sake of putting pen to paper, not everything that you write is going to be dog shit in the pile of dog shit. Like there's a corn kernel in there sometimes. And like case in point, like with Occam's Razor, I remember I worked at a local music store I worked at this place called White's Music in Visalia for like 10 years. And we had these like little and I still have it. We have these little like while you were out like notes and I was like on the phone with somebody and I was just like, oh, I think too much. And I just like, I held on to that because even though it was something like small and insignificant, I wrote a song like all around that. So like, and honestly, this is like Becky gave me this advice like a couple years ago. He was like, yeah, like even if you write something down, just hang on to it. Just put it in a notebook somewhere. Like put a little, actually, hang on. So this is one of my early songwriting notebooks that like I bought it fucking FYE. It's a fucking Legend of Zelda notebook. But I have like these little tabbies on it. And it's like, I think blue is like a guitar exercise or something. And then like green is like a complete, no, red is a complete song. Green is like a fragment. So like I knew where to get them. And even then, like if you just write something that you think might be okay or something, you put a little tabby on it or you dog ear it and you save it for later. Because at the end of the day, everything is useful in some form or facet. And if anything, it's like, the karate guys that have like the wooden guy with the arms and the shit and they do the fucking the whatever this is. Even that is like working out something. And songwriting is very much a marathon and not a sprint. And before you can run 26.2 miles, you got to be able to at least, run a lap. And so even on days like you're not feeling good, it's really important to just sometimes just get out there and just go fucking run around the block or something real quick. Or if you're feeling a little bit better the next day, maybe you run a lap. Maybe the next day you run a mile. Maybe you feel shitty the next day and like, you run around your block again. It's more important to get out there and do it than it is to be able to just jump out your front door and run 26.2 miles. Like, everything is something. Not everything is dog shit, no matter how much you tell yourself it is.
You think a songwriter could get atrophied by not going around the block?
Yes. And hold on, let me walk that back. I don't think it'll completely atrophy. I think it's one of those things where it is really easy to get out of songwriting shape, right? So, like in my case, like, because that's kind of the issue that I'm having is that I've stopped writing music for so long that, like, it's not that I forget how to do it or I don't know how to do it. It's just that I'm like, ah, fuck, dude. Like, it's really almost daunting to imagine trying to get back to the level where I was, right? The last album of songs I'm very, very proud of. I really am. And so trying to get back to that level is almost the thing that is causing like the executive dysfunction, right? Where it's like, fuck, dude, how do I get back to that? I've spent I took a long time away from like writing music after the last tour because of like it's gonna sound dumb. We got our catalytic converter stolen in the van and it kind of took the wind out of my sails. And so I was like, fuck, dude, like I spent all this money on this van and now it's fucking useless. And I got real, real stressy, depressy about it. And then, couple guys leave. I have to replace new people. And at this time, like I may be like a year and some change removed from like trying to write new music. That at that point, I'm like, fuck, dude, how do I get back to where I am? And I have written new music. We do have new music on the way. It's coming. We're going to be playing a new song with Save Ferris that I'm very proud of called Low Fuel Light. Um, so it does happen, but to answer your question, can it atrophy? No. Can you fucking get yourself out of shape real quick? Yeah.
All right. I
Yeah.
think that was a good explanation there.
Yeah, that's I know that got really long-winded. I apologize.
No need to apologize. So is low fuel light owed to a carburetor or a catalytic converter?
So I started it is now. No, Low Fuel Light is about it's kind of me confronting like getting older. Um and also kind of like my own mental health struggles. Like I have a line in there that's like I'll drink antifreeze just so I could feel anything. Um which sounds fucking depressing now, like out of context. Holy shit, I never thought about that. um but
That's
yeah,
all right.
it's it's me like growing up. Like I moved out and now I have to pay bill. I moved out of my mom's house like God, going on 5 years ago at this point, and like I have my own bills and shit now, and I'm like, man, this fucking sucks. Being an adult is awful. Um, and it's like confronting that and the fact that I'm getting older, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like how much longer am I going to be doing this? And then like coping mechanisms, yada yada. Um, that's also another really fun one to play live. Also, real quick, sorry, going back to Occam's Razor, hardest fucking guitar solo I've ever written. That shit took, I'm not even kidding, without exaggeration, 150 something takes of me just piecing shit together. I took that whole like I spent 10 hours in the studio like just doing guitar tracks. That solo, I'm not even kidding, took about 2.5 hours.
Were
What
your
year was
fingers
that?
like bleeding afterwards?
Dude, my thing, almost, I wanted to call it. I wanted to call it so bad, but and like I was by myself, and that was like the worst part. I would. So we when we recorded "Fake It Till You Make It," I know this is completely off topic, but it's just such a pertinent story. When we recorded "Fake It Till You Make It," I knew enough about like home recording because that was kind of like my pandemic project was just recording shit. And so we went back to, and at the time I was still living in Visalia. So we went back to the place where we recorded Third Time's a Charm, which is a place called Lush Waves. And at this point, I knew this guy named Jacob Strickland well enough that he's like, $15 an hour. I'll just give you the keys. You guys do what you want. I don't care. Just don't spill anything. Try to leave it as you found it. Don't trash the place. We'll call it good. And I'm like, love that. Cheap as fuck. $15 an hour. That's sandwich money. We recorded drums with him though. Like we actually had them engineered because like I don't know fucking shit about drums and I don't have the time to figure it out. So we recorded drums with him and then we did all the tracking and stuff like ourselves. So there was a day where I was like I had the day off of work and I'm like we're fucking doing this. And I got there at like 12 I got there at like 9 or 10 in the morning, got everything like dialed the fuck in, and then I don't think I got home until like 10 or 11 or something. And like the thing about the Occam solo is that like I wanted to make it like really technical and like kind of like push myself a little bit, and that's why it sounds all like wheedly deedly or whatever. It was just I didn't have any structure or anything to work with. I just knew I was like I would like a guitar solo to go here. And so I had to like write the whole thing, and then when I'm like fucking noodling around, I have to expand on the noodling and then clean it up and then be like, okay, what's like the next phrase? And so by the time it was all said and done, I posted about it on Facebook, and the owner of the record label kind of like poked fun at me a little bit. He's like, "Really, dude? Like 100 something takes?" And I'm like, "Yes, Pete. That's how it goes sometimes." Um, and
Don't judge
so
me.
I'm like, "Man, fuck you. This is for you."
You got paid. Don't worry about it, Pete.
I know, like you're not fucking paying for it. And so at the end of the day, I was like, I don't want to record any more guitars, but like I had to because I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't. Because like the thing that sucks about recording, I don't know if you guys are musicians or anything, but like the thing that sucks about recording is like mic placement and like you can't duplicate it. So like if I came back the next after I cleaned up, if I came back the next day, nothing was gonna sound the same. Like no matter how much I wanted it to or how much I willed it, like it was just gonna sound different. Maybe people wouldn't notice, but like I would know. And that was the thing that bugged me. Is I'm like, oh yeah, you can tell this is from a different day. Um, so I'm like, I have to fucking finish. I have to finish. And like, thank fucking God, like I write bonehead songs with like bonehead guitar parts. Cause like that was it was like I've been playing guitar for like 2 years and like I could probably record the rest of it. And then we get to that where I'm using like 120% on my brain for like a fucking like 16 bar solo. Like there was just no in between. Everything was just stupid hard. And took like all of my technical ability. And I had been talking about that song for so long that I forgot what we were originally talking about, and I apologize.
Something really cool, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Um, I got a question I like to ask. What if you had a message for the next generation of punks, what would it be?
Do the art. Just do it. It like if you're thinking about starting a punk band, do it. Fuck it. Like what do you have to lose? Like just I don't know, man. Like I just think that like I think a lot of what we're losing, like at least in the punk community, is at least with like the Gen Z kids, like there are people holding it down, like the young people that are like trying to do it. But I think people are so afraid of like cringe culture or whatever that they're really scared to like be vulnerable and take like risks and shit. If you want to start a fucking punk band, start a fucking punk band. Who cares if you fucking dog shit? You'll eventually figure it out and find out what you like to do. And then eventually you'll eventually get pretty good at that. And then who fucking knows? The worst thing, part of the reason why I started this band is that because and why I've been doing it for so long is that maybe I'm just fucking bashing my head against the wall and that's all well and good, but it'd be one of those deals where like I don't want to be 40 and like at some point like when I've quit be like okay like what if though, and especially like in your youth. When I was growing up, I watched Rocco's Modern Life a lot, and Grandpa Wolf, like Heifer's grandpa, would always say that youth is wasted on the young. And go figure, I'm 6 years old and I don't really know what the fuck that means. And now I'm 34 and I'm like, that bitch was fucking right. When you're young, be stupid and take risks. Like, start your fucking punk band, and maybe you'll figure it out along the way. At least you'll never be able to, you'll never be able to say like, "Oh, what if I did start that punk band?" You did, and maybe it panned out, and maybe it didn't. But you'll never be able to say like, "What if I did?" Like, what if I did? Because you did it.
I should have called Oxen for this one, Ryan.
Right?
My son is, we call him Ox. He's 9 years old. He is a musician,
Oh hell yeah!
multiple instruments. He plays drums and trombone. He also likes to sing, write songs. He does it all. So,
Tell him, okay, one, either stick with trombone, or two, try and move to French horn like as fast as he can. It's a totally different embouchure, but French horn players are like really, really hard to find.
oh
And a
yeah.
lot of the times they can get like college scholarships and shit. Like they're
Oh,
easier.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's actually a quote that I really like. It's I'd rather regret the things I did than regret the things I didn't do.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone always regrets shit that they didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Do
and
the
the other
thing, do the art, be vulnerable, just fucking be unapologetically yourself.
yeah, and like that's also like the shitty thing is that like there's something so like shitty about not being able to be like authentic or whatever. Because like, I mean, there's that Tina Fey quote that went around like recently. Or at least I don't know. Merch Girl Steph showed me. She like Tina Fey was on a podcast with like a couple other celebrities, and they were asking, I can't remember the name of the actress, but they were asking her about a movie that she was in, and she was kind of like doing like she's about to like get into the shit about like stuff she didn't like about it, and then Tina Fey's like, remember, you can't be your authentic self. You love the movie, or else that's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Like I can't remember that girl from The Bear who said that she doesn't like Jennifer Lopez or some shit, and she got like blacklisted or something. And like there's something really shitty about not being able to like tell people how you really feel, and I think that's actually like really fucking important. So it's very nice to be able to come on a podcast and actually be like vulnerable and like talk to you guys about like my songwriting stuff and like why I write music and stuff. So it's been very nice. It's been very cathartic. I love it.
We appreciate you doing it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the podcast, hearing the behind the music stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to plug?
Say Fair show. I mean, when is this going to come out?
Within a week. So what's today? Today is Tuesday. I will have it out
Today's-
probably next Tuesday or Wednesday.
If you went to the Say Fair show, thank you. Find us on the social media. I mean, the easiest thing is to like go to our link tree, but pick a social media, TikTok, Instagram. Those are the ones that we pay attention to the most.
Damn, I
Which
knew we
is
should
one
have
of
gone live tonight because then you could have promoted your show. Damn.
No, it's fine. You know what? Like TikTok's been like, hey, do you want to go live? You have the ability now. And I'm like,
Me too. He keeps asking me.
I know. I'm thinking about doing it on Friday because like, fuck it, why not? Just post a camera up on stage somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, full length is to come. Follow us on the social media. We make jokes and stuff sometimes. Sometimes we mostly do music stuff, but sometimes we do jokes and improv
Have
shit
fun.
and skits. You can find us for the record Ska. You know how to spell Ska. I know you do. I usually have to spell it out for people. It is for FOR the record though, not the number 4. I have had to make that distinction before.
Go.
And yeah,
Which is FORE.
that's our golf related podcast that we do.
Can you share something with the listeners that you are listening to yourself today? A band that you think maybe they wouldn't have heard of?
Oh, maybe they wouldn't have heard of.
Yeah.
So I got real stuck on the pop girlies. Like Gracie Abrams. That I don't know why. She's got like a couple earworms. I do. Leona Firestone. Not a band, but a pop girly, and I think she's fucking rad.
Okay.
She's got fun stuff. She has a song called Diet Coke, which is really good. You just didn't like me that much is really good. That shit's a fucking banger. Oh God, hang on. She's got some other good shit too. Oh, I mean, if we're gonna be talking about bands specifically, I'm gonna die on the Leona Firestone hill. But I've been listening to No Pressure a lot, which is like a band that people probably have heard of because the guy that used to sing for the Story So Far, that's like his new band, but like they're new to me.
So I've heard of them, but I haven't really given them much listen.
Dude, they're fucking rad. They're like skate punk, like
Yeah.
kind of like mid 90s, late 2000s, like skate punk, like just circle pit beats and like kind of like breakdown core type stuff. It's really good. I really like it.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I imagine that a lot of our listeners have not heard of you before, and I guess including, well, I don't know, including perhaps the songs that we talked about this evening. What 3 songs do you feel best represents your band?
I really like if you're just trying to do like a vibe check. I think Ode to Suck, Hiding in Plain Sight, and Another Notch in My Notebook. Those are my go-tos. They're oh man, I just remembered. Because From You to Me is another one that I really like. That's gonna be okay. I'm gonna stick to those 3, and then From You to Me is gonna be my honorable mention.
Like your bonus.
Yeah.
Which 2 of those are off the latest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Correct.
Notebook and Hiding in Plain Sight are both on Fake It Till You Make It. That's our latest release.
Notebook
Yeah.
is?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, the other one is the Another Notch, the one that I really like.
Oh,
Notebook is that song. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I thought
Yeah,
Notebook was a different song. You're saying the
and
last
then-
word in the title.
But you're right on the set list, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
Notebook, yeah.
just a little too much, but that shouldn't surprise you one bit. And I know I said I was gonna quit, but you know that I'm just full of shit. I'm a mess, I'm a wreck, but you knew that when you met me. Don't act like you're surprised. I'm a walking disaster. I failed my master plan to get it all together. But ever since she left, I'll never be the same again. Another song about some girl I'm tired of writing about. And I've been drinking with my friends, named Jack and Jim, but they're both kinda the same guy. And even when we're out with all of my friends, we're always seeing eye to eye. But if we're keeping count, I might be in too deep, so I pray to the Lord my soul to keep. Cross my heart, hope I die, pray that this will be the last time I see you when I close my eyes. I'm a walking disaster, I failed my master plan to get it all together. But ever since she left, I'll never be the same again. Another song about some girl I'm tired of writing about. She'll never hear this on the radio, so she'll never know, she'll never know. She'll never hear this on the radio, so she'll never know, she'll never know that I'm a walking disaster. I failed my master plan to get it all together. But ever since she left, I'll never be the same again. Another song about some girl I'm tired of thinking about.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun. I'm glad I got to talk to you guys. Yeah, go follow us. We are For the Record Ska, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for the olds. Honestly, we have like a legacy Facebook page at this point because that was like the first thing that we made because that was the social media du jour in 2011. Trying to think. Blue Sky?
Yeah,
I
we're
think
on
it's
Blue
the same.
Sky too, and I always forget the post there.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
Instagram, TikTok, those are like the main ones that we follow that we're on. For the Record, Ska, SKA. Go find us. We make jokes, we do bits. It's mostly music, but yeah, there's other stuff because everyone has to be a content creator these days.
Yeah.
This has been fun though, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime. And hopefully some new people will discover you this way and you'll get out there on that tour you want to do. Maybe visit us out on the East Coast. Who knows?
I have friends out on the East Coast that I want to see, so I've been wanting to go.
So I just want to remind everyone where they can find us. The podcast will be streamed on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. We can be found on Instagram, Facebook, same places as you, Blue Sky, TikTok. And that's it. Follow us.
Yeah.
We're getting close to 5,000 followers. I'd like to hit that by the end of the year. So share with your friends, please.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it really doesn't mean anything, but yeah.
Yeah, what's the population in the Fresno area?
I mean, the more people following us, the more people we get to spread the word of ska and share music with, and that's my mission.
That's rad. Eric, to answer your question, I think it's 550,000.
What's that?
The population in Fresno.
Oh,
Eric
I don't know
asked.
what Fresno is. I just know it's the armpit of California.
It is. So it is. If you know where Sacramento is, drive south 3 hours. Just
Mhm.
smack ass dab in the middle.
That's your closest like major city?
Yeah.
Oh, 3 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
California's huge, dude.
Ain't
I'm
that
about
far.
3 hours away. I got to cross the mountain range.
Yep.
We all
Right.
live in exceptionally large states.
We really do.
Like Michigan is deceivingly large. If you were gonna drive from Detroit up to like the west part of the UP, you're looking at like 16 hours.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's like California.
Yeah. And Philly's no, or Pennsylvania's no joke either.
No. I mean, I'm lucky enough where I'm in Philly, so I have like Delaware, Jersey, even going down to Virginia is like nothing for me. It's like 5 hours, you know?
Yeah, see, in Reading, like Visalia to Reading, which is where I'm originally from Visalia. Visalia to Reading, which is like not even the northernest most part of California, is like 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean,
anyway, I'll let you guys go. Y'all have a
yep.
good night. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, do the art. Do art.
You are, go to shows.